guys want a shot at winning a copy of Call of Duty World War II for the console of your choice for absolutely free, a couple of my friends and I are doing a little giveaway. Link is down there in the description below. Go check it out if you're interested. I don't often do any sort of recaps for an entire week's time or anything like that, and I don't necessarily plan on starting to do so, but over the past couple of days, there's been some things that have gone under the radar to everybody that I think are very important things for Call of Duty World War II that I want to bring to your attention. So I guess this is that one exception to that little, not necessarily rule that I set for myself, but that I just don't necessarily do all that time. So today I want to talk to you guys about 5 small but maybe major details that you may have missed this week from Call of Duty World War II. From various story trailer elements to different marketing material that's gone out, there's been a lot of different cool things that we've seen thus far this past week alone, and some of which once again may have flown right under your radar. You may have totally missed it, but some of the stuff you should totally know about. So that said, let's jump into our 5 things here. This one, and starting us off with this, we have a brand new weapon confirmed to us. This one, not necessarily what many people may have hoped on to see more about the primary weapons, which the majority of people use, but we got a secondary weapon confirmed to us within the Turner Squad trailer that dropped whenever we were meeting all our characters from the campaign and everything like that. This one is actually the M1917 revolver that we can see holstered at Turner's side during the very beginning and very opening sequence of his little trailer that showcased a little bit about his character. Unless I'm forgetting something that's already been confirmed, this makes it the 4th secondary weapon that we have in terms of the pistol category that we have available to us. Now, we will have launchers and everything like that, as we've seen already in the beta, but this brings our list of pistols that we know of thus far to the P08, the 1911, the machine pistol, and now the M1917 revolver developed by Smith & Wesson. That brings our category to that little bit more of a full effect in terms of how many weapons we've previously seen in the pistol category. So it is nice to see that we're starting to fill in the blanks here, get everything that we need to know about it. But next thing up on the list I want to bring to your attention deals with something that we talked about previously, but is still once again a huge thing that from the historical accuracy standpoint, many people have been asking for ages. That being the return of swastikas in the campaign trailer and the story trailer there within. And it's something that we already talked about. Yes, it is in the campaign, but it's not going to be in the multiplayer aspect. That's something that they've already harped on many times, that it's more of an inclusive thing in terms of trying to reach and get every audience that they possibly can, and therefore in multiplayer, that sort of symbology is going to be left out for reasons that I'm sure you can understand, but in the campaign, they are still there. Now, one interesting portion though is that there is actually that secondary developmental feature of it in which there's a completely separate version for Germany in particular, because as you guys may or may not know, the swastika is entirely illegal over there, and instead any designation that deals with the Nazi regime, it was something that symbology is then replaced with the Iron Cross. So that said, in the German version, there is the Iron Cross instead of the swastikas that we end up seeing in the campaign as well as multiplayer. Now, the third thing I want to mention here for this one deals with a little bit of marketing material that may have leaked out a little bit earlier from EB Games, and this dealing with the Pro Edition of Call of Duty World War II, in which you end up getting the game, an exclusive steelbook, and the season pass included with it, but also includes the Division DLC pack. Now, this was something that kind of goes in line with things that we've seen previously, but we haven't seen previously or to this date in the World War II specific version of this, is that on the season pass artwork within this little advertisement is that underneath the season pass, it looks like it has that bonus map material that says Carentan. So inadvertently, we may have gotten the bonus map for this year's Call of Duty World War II editions, both with the season pass and everything like that, or pre-order bonus, whatever you want to call it, or however it works out to shake down, this one looking like it comes with the season pass. But nonetheless, we have the bonus map that we usually get with every single year, but this time it's a little bit different because we do have that World War II classic from Call of Duty 2, and most recently in Black Ops 3 as that map that's on the sidewall of Infection. That's going to be coming back for Call of Duty World War II. Now, the beauty of what Sledgehammer brings to the table as this third developer, they can bring this kind of compromise system between what players love to see in Infinity Ward titles and in Treyarch titles. We already saw that in Advanced Warfare we had both the medal system and the secret streak system in terms of kill streaks, but nonetheless, things that go way deeper than that, they can take a little bit of what everybody loves, and that's the cool little position that they're in as this third developer. So just like Atlas Gorge being the remake of Pipeline in Advanced Warfare, this now brings back another Infinity Ward map that isn't necessarily exclusive to Sledgehammer Games. They're bringing this back and putting it into their game, which I think is incredibly cool. It's gonna be nice to see how this plays out because in Call of Duty 2, it did play well, it played fantastically, and with no real remake coming or necessary to base it off a new movement system, it's gonna play very well still, I think. The fourth thing here that I wanna talk about deals actually a little bit with something that you may have completely overlooked because it was in conjunction with the celebrities that are going to be in World War II. Every single year we either have some professional athletes or some celebrity of some sort making a cameo appearance within the game and storyline, and this year it's Le'Veon Bell and Alejandro Villanueva that take that role as that celebrity appearance and cameo within Call of Duty World War II. Now, whenever this was being shown off a little bit, we ended up seeing something in which there was a monitor at the studio in which they were playing, in which it said Le'Veon and Alejandro in-game Operation Stronghold. Now, this is one of two different things. Firstly, it is possible that this could be a new war operation that we are seeing, in which this is something that Stronghold is the operation name. We saw Operation Breakout as the one that we could play in the beta, and there's probably going to be a few more at the launch of the game. As for how many, that's yet to be determined. That's something we haven't had any information on, but it is something that is possible. This could be another operation in that category for war. Or it could be something in which it's just the internal code name for World War II. That's something that Stronghold was that internal developmental name that was used before World War II was ever officially announced, before anything could ever go public. So if somebody asked you what project you're working on, it's not something that is out of the ordinary for a developer of especially the caliber of Call of Duty to give you an off-brand name like that to disguise the fact that no information can get out from that. So I guess that one's up to you what you believe in, if it's whether or not it's a new war operation or just something that used the internal code name for the game. I don't know, but I thought it was worth noting that potentially there's the chance that it could be something of a new war operation. Now, the fifth and final thing actually deals with some campaign information and maybe even some multiplayer information because it was such a grand piece of the war, that dealing with the fact that we have the confirmed location of the Ludendorff Bridge from the campaign trailer. Now, from a storyline implication-wise and the generalities of World War II, it was at the end of the war, one of two of the remaining bridges across the River Rhine in Germany. So therefore, it was a main access point for everything going in and out of Germany. And of course, at that point, it is a very crucial target because you cut off that supply and that ability to move products, soldiers, weapons, all that kind of stuff. It's a huge and crucial hit to the Germans at that point. Now, this was something that was captured by the United States Army in the closing weeks of World War II. So it's very possible we could see this once again come back into something of a closing campaign standpoint or something that leads towards the closing of the campaign. And it's possible we could also see it happen. It's happened to make its way into multiplayer because once again, it was such an iconic location. Now, with the absence of swimming in World War II, I don't know exactly how it would work out or how well because the river was such a crucial point, and being that there would be only one way from the one end of the map to the other, it might not necessarily play out as the greatest thing, but maybe that would make it a viable option for war. Who knows? But nonetheless, that is going to top off our 5 things you may have missed this week that I definitely think you guys should know about. So let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Of these, what are you guys most excited for? And have you guys picked up on anything else that was, you think, a crucial point of information this week or whatever it may be? Let me know down there in the comment section down below. That said, hopefully you guys enjoyed though. And if you guys did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to stay up to date with everything we have here regarding Call of Duty World War II. We're going to be killing it with anything you need to know here. And of course, if any of it interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And finally, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that's the best place to get kicked from outside of YouTube, but practically live on Twitter. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. But all that said, out of the way, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching. Mine is an espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.